This is the intro.
Salutation. I am Sex King, your humble host for this evening. And boy, do I have a story for you. In fact, I have the story. The real story. The original story of Jeff the Killer. Now you may be asking, Sex King, how did you get this story? Or you're not. Well, I used to be death, or rather, a death. I quit to have lots and lots of sex. However, I still have privated access to all memories from deaths I collected. No further ado. This is the actual story of Jeff the Killer. Little Jeff the Killer and his family of 137 individual rats moved into what his rat mom and rat dad called a fancy neighborhood. It wasn't. It was a slum, and he was poor, and he was constantly mocked for being poor and raised by rats. How tragic. Suddenly, a boy named Randall walked right up to him and said, "Hello, I am Randall, and I am a little boy." Jeff the Killer replied, "What? Oh my golly gosh, I can't believe it. So am I." Then Randy transformed into a large old man with a robe and said, "I have just lied to you. I'm actually Space Wizard Randallion." And Jeff the Killer said, "Well, that was a very uncomfortable way to introduce yourself." No time for that. The kingdom of space needs a hero. Will you be that hero, Jeff the Killer? And Jeff the Killer said, "Yeah!" So he hopped onto Randallion, the Space Wizard's motorcycle that was so cool and so powerful that as they rode off, the awesome power exploded the earth and everyone died. I don't even know what this fucking accent is anymore. Much to the joy of Jeff the Killer. Because Jeff the Killer secretly wanted to kill everyone on Earth. Because they all sucked balls. Jeff the Killer and Randallion the Space Wizard rode across the cosmos, reverberating reality as they went, and arrived at Space Kingdom after either 42 years or 11 seconds. Hurrying to the palace, Jeff the Killer and the Wizard Guy arrived at the Palace of Dreams, where King Space Woman, who was strong and kind and smart, but a little ditzy and very sexy, but modest, and was of ambiguous cultural background and celibate, but wants to fuck anybody, maybe even you, but won't. King Space Woman asked, "Randallion, wizard of significance to this story, why have you brought me a child?" Randy said, "Because." And King Space Woman replied, "Okay, I shall open a portal to exactly where the problem is." Suddenly, a portal literally screamed open in the center of the palace, and Randy Man and Jeffy Killy jumping into the portal going, "Wee!" They landed in absolutely stunning and stylish poses that even God clapped. Rand the Magic Hand said, "Wait! We aren't at the exact point of the problem. We're in a tunnel near it. That dumb bitch teleported us to the wrong place, and then he died of a diarrhea heart attack." Jeff the Killer, shocked by this, started running down the tunnel like an idiot, crying and peeing and farting himself until he stopped. He stopped because he heard a sound. A sound that sounded like eternity and memory and agony. Jeff the Killer followed the sound, navigating a catacomb of festering anger, until he came to a large room. Jeff the Killer entered the room, and when he looked up, all of understanding dissipated in a brief moment of consciousness as his eyes rolled into the back of his skull because he had just drank his own brain. And that's how Jeff the Killer died. I came to collect him, said hello to the entombed. He then invited me to play cards, which I refused because he always cheats, that bastard! That is the end of the story. And I just wanted to say, you're welcome.